Hello, my name is Vinci, and last night I went to the Proms. And who was performing? Well, it was Chineke. They were conducted by Jonathan Hayward. It was supposed to have been Sir Simon Rattle, but he had to pull out at short notice due to medical reasons. So, who are Chineke? Well, they're a British orchestra made up of predominantly black and performers of an ethnically diverse background. I think it was solely such performers when it was founded, but they've softened their approach somewhat recently. Um, and of course, this is all to address issues of underrepresentation in the classical music world of such performers. Now, I'm a little bit uncomfortable when groups of any kind are formed around one ethnicity or one kind of group of people, whatever it might be, whether that's to do with I don't know, gender, sexuality, ethnicity, whatever it might be. I think it's something which not necessarily brings people together. Um, anyway, that's my view on such things. Feel free to disagree with me. But anyway, what was the concert like? Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, they're a great orchestra. They played their socks off last night. The first half began with Samuel Coleridge-Taylor's The Bamboola. Very attractive, frothy piece. And then Valerie Coleman, Fanfare for Uncommon Times, a modern piece. Very moody, very atmospheric, just with the percussion, wind and brass. Performed beautifully. And then we had James Lee III, Visions of Cahokia, which I think was in 3 movements. Rather substantial piece. In places reminded me of The Rite of Spring, and in other places the soundtrack to Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, quite the kind of eerie effects. An enjoyable piece. I quite like that one, and the composer came up to take applause afterwards. The second half was Shostakovich's 10th Symphony, of course a marvellous work, conducted brilliantly by Jonathan Hayward. I think he's a terrific conductor. I'd love to see him again. He paces everything brilliantly. His tempi is spot on. I think sometimes some of the climaxes could have been a bit more momentous, particularly in the first movement. I think the orchestra just needed to let go a little bit there. And I wish the Proms audiences wouldn't clap between movements. Particularly Shostakovich's 10th between the first and second movements. But the leader, he did some really good little solos. I think it's in the third movement, without vibrato, which I thought was a really effective touch. Great night, very enjoyable, brilliantly conducted by Jonathan Hayward. Were you there? What did you think? Bye.